This is Fast and Furious, a place where epic fails flourish. I show you the mistakes made by others so that you don't do the same. G'day guys, you're back with MiracleMAX. Today I've got another Fast and Furious for you. This time a vehicle has gone into another workshop, we'll call it, and they have screwed up and they've caused the customer to be very dissatisfied with their work. They've brought it into me to see if I can find the fault. Believe it or not, it wasn't that hard. So what's the fault? Let's have a look. Right, this vehicle has done, it's just been in for a service, 120,000 service. I've let the vehicle cool down for a little while, so let's see if that glow plug comes on. It should be over here somewhere, I believe, so just keep an eye over there. Can't really see a glow plug coming on over there, guys. What's the issue? Let's have a look under the bonnet. So the customer kindly has just removed the engine cover for me, and the major problem is that he's stated that he's had a lot of hard starting in the morning. It doesn't even have to be overly cold, but generally speaking he can see his little glow plug light come on, cranks it over and away she goes, fires no problems. But ever since the service there's been a bit of an issue. So what we need to do firstly is think about the glow plugs. They're designed to be used when the ignition is turned on. They go up to an extremely high temperature, and then that's just to keep the air in the cylinder warm so that the diesel will fire. Glow plugs on these are tucked away very nicely so that you can't actually see them. If you have a look, way down, there's one over there, and of course it's on a bus bar, we know about that. And if we come back here, there's another one tucked away in there. Don't think you can see it. And my assistant has given me a screwdriver. Excellent. So there's one down in here, tucked away in there, and there's one there, and there's another one right at the back. Now, the older model of this, it's a Mitsubishi Pajero. The older model had the lead coming on the back here, but I couldn't find it. Till I came along here, and I can see that here is where the bus bar joins on. But do you notice anything missing? Well, of course, the lead itself is missing. And henceforth, there's our problem. They haven't actually put the lead back on when they've done the valve clearances. But what do you notice about that particular lead? Well, hell, look at it, it's all burnt out. So that poor old thing has been arcing around everywhere, and I can see that the nut has been put back on the bus bar, so we can use that as long as it's clean and okay. But I'm thinking with the condition of this lead here, it's probably blown a fuse. So let's have a look at the fuse and see if we can find it. So this is where the fusible link is kept for the glow plug. You can see the little wiggly line, that's the glow plug. As you can imagine, 80 amp is quite high for amperage. We flip it over and it appears to be okay. So where do we go next? Let's head over to the fuse box and see if we can find one there. Number 9, and that's a 25 amp fuse. So 25 amps is very, very high. As you can see, it's even higher than what we run the PCM at. So 25 amp, fuse number 9. Let's have a look at that and see if it's blown or not. Ooh, still looks okay. That's interesting. Might just pull that wire out the road and just do some continuity checks. Yeah, look how burnt it is. That's been fishnookered, mate. Alright, I'll just grab my test light and we'll do some quick checks. If that wire's out the road, it shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully that should glow when I turn the ignition to on. Alright, so I don't need to look any further. I know for a fact that all my fuses are okay. Indication of that, even though this wire looks pretty knackered, it hasn't blown a fuse. 25 amp, that's pretty high, so obviously this was flopping around all over the place and just didn't last or didn't contact earth long enough to provide a dead short enough to blow the fuse. So I reckon if we tape this up, clean up this contact, look, I might even replace that. I'm not happy with it. I'll replace it. It's no use half doing a job, is it? Alright, let's replace it. So like I stated, guys, I'm going to replace that terminal there, but just looking down further into where it bolts onto. If we have a close look, I might even zoom in if I can do it. There we go. Have a look at the colour of that thing, will you? And you can see, obviously, they've put the nut on there. There's arc marks all over this thing. Check it out. And if you have a look back here, you can see, hang on, where am I? I'm zoomed too close, that's my problem. Okay, just back it off there, Max. Come on. There we go. You can see how dark and black it is around here. Now, the customer has said that it was about 6 weeks ago that this service was done, so you could imagine this wire flopping around and arcing all over the place. Yeah, fingers crossed it hasn't done any damage, but if it didn't blow the fuse, obviously it didn't have permanent contact there enough to blow the fuse, but hell, pretty rugged, hey? Another reason that it's fast and furious bait. Okay, so new terminal's been put on. I'll just clean up that nut that goes down there, make sure it's all nice and shiny, it's got some good contact, and then we'll check and make sure that the glow plug is operating. We've got power there, of course, but it's not going to complete the circuit. I'm surprised it didn't bring on a check engine light. Should be an emissions related fault, which should come on naturally. But I'll check with the scan tool and just see if there's any fault codes that need clearing after I've reassembled it. So I've got a new terminal on there. I chose to use a crimping method rather than a soldering method. As you can see, it's fairly close to the engine. Solder can melt when it gets quite hot. So I'm happy with that. I can see that it's got clearance everywhere. There's no way it's going to short out. So the next thing to do obviously is to make sure that I'm getting my glow plugs to work. So let's head back into the dash and then we can check the fault codes, see if there's any current ones. Okay, so we're back inside again. So let's just have a look and see if that little glow plug comes on. I can see the shadow of it. It's just right there. Not that that helps you because you can't see it. But have a look in that area there, see if it comes on. And there's our glow plug. Did you see it? Okay, wouldn't have come on before because there wouldn't have been a complete circuit. Let's have a look at the fault codes, see if anything comes up. So I'll see if there's any codes available, but I'm sure there isn't because we've got our little OK sign up here. We enter onto that. We'll have a look for current codes. No fault codes. If we go back, we'll see if there's any pending ones, but I doubt there will be. No fault codes whatsoever. I've been told that these fault codes have been cleared by another mechanic last week, so that's probably why I can't get any information out of it. But hey, that's all good. We can see the light on the dash, etc. That's the important thing. That's what I would call a fix. So there you go, guys. Another fast and furious. You can understand why I get annoyed by this sort of stuff. It's really not that hard to focus on details. Attention to details, that's what it's all about. Okay, so we've replaced the burnt out connector going to our glow plugs. Even the nut, there's a little weld mark on it, believe it or not, where it was obviously arcing. Let's get rid of them. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and feel free to comment down below. And don't forget about that notification bell. You don't want to miss any future videos. So until next time, guys, this is MiracleMAX signing off. I'll catch you later.